You know that game that makes you forget the main mission just to go exploring the map? Yeah. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is still exactly that in 2025. One of the rare cases in which the series managed to combine addictive gameplay, total freedom, and an atmosphere that's still hard to beat. Between naval battles, treasure hunts, and the feeling of being a real pirate, many consider this the peak of the franchise. But is it really the best Assassin's Creed of all time? Assassin's Creed 4. Black Flag, for me, represents the perfect combination of intense action, incredible freedom to explore, and a Caribbean pirate setting that pulls you in like no other. From the moment I started playing, the fast-paced action caught my attention, whether in close combat or naval battles. The game doesn't hold back on adrenaline, and that made me completely hooked, feeling my heart race with every fight and chase. The freedom that Black Flag offers is truly impressive. The vast open world makes you feel like a real pirate sailing the Caribbean Sea. I've always liked games that don't force you down a single path, and here I could choose to explore islands, hunt for treasure, attack ships, or just enjoy the view. This sense of freedom, of being able to act however I want, without pressure, is one of the main reasons I got so invested in the game. Speaking of the pirate setting, I think that's what sets Black Flag apart from the rest of the series. The Caribbean setting is so well built that it feels like you're inside one of those classic pirate movies. The towns, beaches, fauna, and flora all help create an immersive and authentic atmosphere. I found myself sometimes just sailing aimlessly, listening to the sounds of the ocean and watching the sunset, which is rare in action-focused games. One thing I really appreciated was how the game balances these three aspects: action, freedom, and environment. The action never gets exaggerated to the point of losing realism, and the freedom never feels confusing or overwhelming. Everything flows smoothly, and the Caribbean setting makes every moment special, whether hunting whales, raiding forts, or taking part in epic open-sea battles. This balance made the game a memorable experience for me. Another thing that stands out is the protagonist, Edward Kenway. He's not the typical perfect hero, which adds a layer of personality to the adventure. I liked how his motivations are personal and how he evolves throughout the game, discovering that being a pirate is about more than gold. This complexity in his character complements the setting and freedom, giving deeper meaning to his actions. Assassin's Creed 4, to me, is a lesson in how to create a vibrant and engaging game world. It made me feel the thrill of being a pirate during the golden age of seafaring adventures, where every corner of the map might hide a secret or a new mission. This combination of action, freedom, and the Caribbean backdrop was the perfect formula to keep me playing for hours and coming back for more each time. The fluid gameplay really caught my attention from the very start. What impressed me most was how the characters' movements now feel more natural and agile, which made me feel much more immersed in the pirate world. It gives you that real sense of sailing the seas and exploring islands without any clunky or sluggish controls. This fluidity makes for a more enjoyable and less frustrating experience, keeping you wanting to play for hours. Talking about the improved combat, I feel like it got special treatment in Black Flag. It's more responsive, more strategic, and above all, more dynamic than in previous entries. I particularly enjoy combat that requires quick thinking, blocking, countering, and using the environment to your advantage. That makes for a fun challenge, both against regular enemies and in intense battles with captains or shipboarding sequences, some of the most entertaining parts for me. Another detail I loved was the variety of weapons and combat styles available, giving fights a personal and customizable touch. You can switch between daggers, swords, pistols, and even use the environment for creative kills. I like games that don't force you into one playstyle, so this freedom made it feel truly mine, from stealth kills to full-blown action encounters. To me, combining this smooth gameplay with the improved combat raised the overall experience. While exploring ships and cities, I never felt like the controls were fighting back or that combat was repetitive. They kept me engaged because the game always responded exactly as I expected, with no lag or awkward moves. It really shows how far Ubisoft refined the mechanics, delivering that pirate realism I always appreciated. Plus, the smoother controls made exploring Black Flag's vast open world much easier. Sailing the seas, climbing masts, and engaging in ship battles became even more enjoyable thanks to the fluid motion. It gave me the real freedom to do whatever I wanted, as if I were Edward Kenway himself living his adventure. The leap in gameplay and combat made by Assassin's Creed 4 shows how the series can reinvent itself while staying true to its essence, making meaningful improvements for the player. Personally, this balance between control smoothness and challenging combat is what made me fall in love with the game and return to it many times, even after finishing the story. It's a true example of how to improve an experience without losing identity. The game really left a mark on me by introducing something completely new to the series at the time, naval exploration. From the beginning, the freedom to sail through open seas aboard the impressive Jackdaw gave me a unique feeling of adventure. It was like I was truly living the life of a Caribbean pirate, and that immersion made all the difference. It wasn't just about traveling from point A to point B, but about appreciating the vast ocean, the scenery, sometimes even getting lost exploring small islands and staring at the endless horizon. This naval aspect has its own special charm that perfectly fits the spirit of the game. Talking about the mechanics, navigating the ship was both challenging and rewarding. Once you master sailing, you truly feel like you're in control, adjusting strategy for wind and waves. This moved the series away from pure stealth or close combat and made it far more dynamic. For me, that renewed the entire franchise because it was something unexpected that fit perfectly with the pirate context. The naval battles, in particular, were another highlight that redefined what Assassin's Creed could be. Taking on enemy ships, aiming precisely, choosing when to fire cannons or board them, each decision added tension and excitement. It wasn't about button mashing, but about tactics, positioning, and timing. The adrenaline rush of sinking and looting enemy vessels was one of the main reasons I kept returning to the game long after I finished it. The best part about these battles was the feeling of being a true Corsair, where every victory rewarded you tangibly with materials to upgrade the Jackdaw. That hooked me because I always felt like I was progressing, not just as a character, but with my ship too. It created a satisfying loop of exploring, fighting, and upgrading that I enjoyed way more than just chasing land-based objectives. Those battles were epic on their own and really made me feel the life of the 18th century sailor in that region. Another thing I appreciated was how the game balanced these naval action moments with the classic Assassin's Creed formula of stealth and parkour. The transition between sailing and on-land missions added great variety to the rhythm of the game. For me, that made the experience flow naturally, since you never got stuck doing the same thing over and over again. In the end, what makes naval exploration and combat in Assassin's Creed 4 so special is how these elements transformed the series from one focused mostly on political intrigue and assassinations into a complete pirate adventure. That bold innovation is what made Black Flag one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds and still makes me want to take the helm of the Jackdaw and explore the seas again. The RPG elements and Edward Kenway's ship customization are, for me, some of the biggest features that elevated Assassin's Creed 4 to another level in the series. From the start, being able to upgrade both the character's skills and especially the Jackdaw made me feel completely connected to the game's sense of growth. I wasn't just an adventurer completing missions, but someone becoming a legend of the seas, customizing every part of my ship the way I wanted. The ship customization went beyond visuals. Each upgrade directly affected gameplay, performance, and navigation. That made me think strategically, deciding whether to prioritize more firepower, speed, or armor. I loved having that flexibility because it allowed me to adapt the ship to my playstyle, whether more aggressive or stealthy, adding an extra layer of engagement to the progression. The RPG aspects also appeared in Edward Kenway's skill tree and character development. You could unlock new techniques that significantly changed the way you fought and explored. This added a rewarding sense of growth, as if the character was learning and evolving to face tougher challenges. For me, investing in this development was an extra motivation to keep playing and trying out new approaches. Another thing I really liked was how these RPG elements fit naturally into the narrative. Edward's story is one of personal growth, and seeing that reflected in gameplay made the experience even more immersive. It felt like I was shaping his journey, not just following a pre-written script, but changing the world through my choices. One thing worth highlighting is how these mechanics helped keep the game engaging over long sessions. The range of customization and upgrades gives you constant goals that encourage exploration, resource gathering, and completing side quests to boost your ship and skills. This continuous sense of progress was deeply satisfying for me, turning the game into more than just an adventure. It became a journey of self-improvement. Overall, the RPG elements and ship customization are essential to the charm and longevity of Assassin's Creed 4. They make gameplay more personal and meaningful, where every choice impacts your experience as a pirate. This combination made the game unforgettable and keeps me coming back to the seas over and over again, always wanting to improve and customize the Jackdaw and Edward Kenway even more. Many fans, myself included, see Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag as the franchise's peak, mainly because of its unique atmosphere. From the very start, the game impresses by immersing you in a vibrant, living world that perfectly captures the golden age of pirates. The Caribbean setting, with its crystal waters, exotic islands, and historical cities, creates a world so rich that it almost feels like a character itself. For me, that immersion makes all the difference and is one of the main reasons Black Flag is so special. The atmosphere isn't just visual, it's built through sound too. The soundtrack, the waves, the seagulls, even the wind in the jackdaw's sails, all transport me to that time when freedom and danger went hand in hand. It makes you feel like you're living a real adventure without losing the action and exploration spirit that Assassin's Creed is known for. This all adds up to the game's timeless appeal. The pirate vibe isn't just a backdrop for missions, but a constant invitation to have fun. The freedom to board ships, search for treasures, take on bounties, or just relax fishing or hunting on islands makes the experience feel more than a linear story. That duality between high-action moments and calm exploration is part of what makes it so enjoyable. Black Flag's fun also comes from the diverse gameplay options that keep everything fresh. The balance between naval and land exploration, combat, stealth, and RPG mechanics creates a natural flow. I really like this mix because it never felt repetitive. You could always change up your strategy or focus and stay interested. In my view, few games in the series manage to achieve this as effectively as Black Flag. Another factor that contributes to this sense of peak achievement is the story and the protagonist's charisma. Edward Kenway isn't just an assassin with a cause. He's a flawed, ambitious pirate with a daring spirit that grabbed my attention right away. That gives the game a human touch and emotional connection that I miss in other entries. The narrative stays engaging and fun all the way through, fitting perfectly with the adventurous tone of the setting. In the end, for me and for many fans, Assassin's Creed 4 reached that rare point where atmosphere and fun meet in perfect harmony. It's a title that manages to be exciting, beautiful, and full of personality at the same time, making it easy to understand why so many consider it the franchise's high point. This combination made me replay it many times, always finding something new to enjoy across the Caribbean seas.
¡He visto que salen, chicos!